Released in 2014, Guardians of the Galaxy was a surprise cinematic hit for Marvel. This year, Marvel released Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and to commemorate, Hasbro added a new entry into their cosplay-friendly prop line under the Marvel Legends banner. I'm talking about the Star-Lord helmet, and surprise! That's what I'm reviewing today. So strap in, Wastelanders. We're going to see if this helmet will allow us to feel like we are a space lord. The packaging for this piece is large and looks quite nice. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I decided to order from Amazon warehouse deals to save a few bucks. Because of that, the box was super beat up, and I'm almost certain the product inside was previously owned. You can still see that the design of the box is nicely designed though. The back of the box showcases some of the gimmicks that they supplied the helmet with: Bluetooth audio, sound effects, and light up eyes. Those seem cool. But are they worth the $99.99 price point that this thing goes for? Let's check it out. Sculpt-wise, this thing is absolutely incredible. It looks like the actual helmet used in the films. There are some parts where the immersion breaks to make it so that you can actually wear it, but if you want a piece to just put on your shelf, it'll do just fine. The paint on the helmet is made to look worn with scratches here and there, so don't worry if you accidentally drop it. You can act like it was supposed to be damaged all along. I didn't notice any painting errors on mine, and overall the lines are clean and crisp, what you want to see. Now let's talk about the gimmicks. The first thing to note is that it required 3 AA batteries. Bummer they weren't included, so I'd recommend you pick up some rechargeable batteries if you don't already have them to make it easy on yourself. Once you throw the batteries inside, you can press a button on the right side of the helmet, or left side, depending on if you're not wearing it or if you are wearing it, which activates the sound effect for the first light. There are 3 light modes: bright, not so bright, and dim. Honestly, while wearing the helmet, I couldn't really tell the difference, so if you plan on dressing up as Star-Lord for Halloween or something, I'd recommend having a friend who can let you know if it's on or not. Next up, let's talk about the Bluetooth feature. It's a fun little gimmick, but if you're expecting amazing sound quality, do not buy this. It's nice if you want to walk around a convention with the Guardians soundtrack playing, but it's really not that good sounding. You're not going to get like Steve Hoffman Forum sounding sound. This is not audiophile level, people. This is not iPhone level, people. This is just kind of like dollar store Bluetooth audio level. Furthermore, I will add that I could not find any volume controls on the device, so you have to control it on your phone, on your Bluetooth device, and that's fine, but when you initiate the lights button, it triggers a sound effect that is quite jarring when you have the helmet on, because it goes right into your ears. And I personally don't have any way to measure how loud audio is, but it certainly felt too loud to me. Also, I found that the Bluetooth gave off a bit of digital noise. I tried to record it, but I'm not sure if my mic could pick it up, but it was definitely there. So you might not notice it or care, but I felt it needed to be mentioned. Now, the real discussion. How does it feel? Not the best, but not the worst. Helmets and masks are never really that comfortable. They seem to get hot, and you always have difficulty looking out the lens. This is no different. I wonder how Star-Lord himself doesn't look like he was sweating bullets whenever he removes the front piece of his mask during the films. Must be a different model that has air conditioning? It couldn't be Hollywood magic, could it? The lenses are kind of blurry and seem to be pre-smudged, but I recommend you not using a cloth lens wipe to clean it off. If you have a non-reusable wet wipe, that might work, but I personally used my glasses cloth and got some major orange paint rub off. Big bummer. Also, I could see your ears hurting after a long time wearing this helmet. I only wore it for about 5 to 10 minutes, but my ears started to feel weird. I've also heard people online complain about fogging with the lenses, but I never experienced that. Maybe it was just because I wore it for 10 minutes, but I was breathing quite heavily because it was hot. It has a strap for the top of your head and your chin, but I couldn't get the chin strap to work no matter how hard I tried. Didn't really need it though, to be honest. Looking out of the orange lenses wasn't as bad as I expected. It's nowhere near 20/20 vision, but I could certainly walk around my messy apartment no problem. I filmed a little bit out of the eye lens. It's probably not a perfect recreation, but it'll give you an idea of what it's like. So let's wrap this up. Overall, I feel like this is a really, really cool piece. It's not the best and not anywhere even close to the best. I think it works better as a prop that you can have sitting around an apartment or an office than as a cosplay costume piece. Luckily, Star-Lord often takes off his helmet, so if you find your ears getting sore, like I mentioned, you can probably take it off and still retain the Star-Lord look, absolutely. Not probably. But is it worth the price tag? I don't know. It probably wasn't the cheapest thing to create with all the lights and the Bluetooth, but the Bluetooth isn't worth the price of admission, and the speakers and the helmet, they're pretty trash. But the light-up feature is cool, and the helmet does look really good. At half the price, it would be an incredible value, but at $100, I can't really recommend it. I paid about $75 for mine, and that feels at about the right price point. But your mileage may vary. If you own it, let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, I'd recommend you subscribe for more Marvel content in the future. Until then, I'll see you in the wasteland next time.